I'm always thinking about protein, vegetable, and carbohydrate. 100 grams of everything minimum. Honestly, I always think about, do I myself like to eat that food or no?
Yes.
Is it look nice or no? From from my heart.
Hi everyone, welcome to Teachers GARA, and in this YouTube series we're gonna listen to professional, parents, or even children talking about early years learning. So sitting next to me is Sahar. She's the chef of the 4-level centers, which has a lot of children, and she was here by herself taking care of every meal of the children. Sarah is a chef who is very passionate in children's eating and keep changing her approach on the food so that the children will have their best experience in food in the center. Hi Sahar, thank you for accepting the invitation for the interview. It's so lovely to have you here. Can you please introduce a little bit about yourself to the audience?
Yeah, my name is Sahar. I'm from Iran, and I'm working 6 years in a hospitality industry. I work in a aged care before, and now I changed to coming to childcare because I feel that more energy. Working with kids is more fun, and everyone happy and energy, full of energy, and helping my community for next generation about the nutrition at least, to help them.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, what do you think about children nutrition in meal times? Like, what in one specific meal they should have as healthy?
Healthy food, I'm always thinking about protein, vegetable, and carbohydrate. 100 grams of everything minimum. Some kids eating more, some kids eating less, depends. Someone like more rice. I really concerned about vegetable, fresh vegetable, and carbohydrate and protein. Even sometimes I'm making vegetarian food, but still I try to have enough protein for them, because protein is really helpful for growing muscle for kids, especially this age. And it's not protein, it's just not only red meat or any kind of meat, can be beans or any chickpeas, red beans, different stuff, or lentil. I even to put it in my soup. I'm not suggesting every time they should have a meat because obviously is not good every time we have the meat, but we should have protein. That's different.
Yes.
Yeah, people, if they're saying that protein, they think that only red meat or chicken, this stuff. But iron is really important this age for kids as well, which is really high in red meat. I 100% saying that at least every kids have 2 or 3 times in a week has a red meat, because of for growing and getting stronger is really important, but it's not only red meat. Yeah. And as a chef, I try to check every time, every meal, when the educator coming back to the kitchen, check how does the kids like it. I always ask them they like it or they don't like it, and if like it, which is my good day, that I'm getting happy and excited. And if they don't like it, I just think about how can I change the food, at least try one more time with different color, different ingredient, different vegetable, which is help me, and after that, if doesn't work, I will change the food that they like it, because it's really important they having food and be happy.
As an adult,
Yeah.
eating vegetable actually help us like feel relieving. The children should experience that as well.
Yeah, exactly.
So we care a lot for their development. So that's why we try to put in lots of other veggies, which is have enough nutrition in there.
Yeah, of course. Because one thing in our childcare, I found that obviously a lot of kids like that.
Yeah.
I think they don't like that much actual vegetable in their food.
Yeah, that's true.
I always use the fresh vegetable. I don't use any frozen or can or any kind of this, because it's really important for kids especially. It's just I blitz them.
Yes.
Always in my food, they just see the meat, but is a lot of vegetable in there as well. Because one time when I started here, one of the educators came and said, "Oh, they didn't like mushroom, they didn't like tomato." I said, "Okay, I think about solution." You can't put a food without vegetable.
Yeah.
Because the taste is nice, you know. Just make the food. It's not the only meat is not. Sometimes it's not that much pleasant, you know.
Yes.
And I said, okay, I fixed this problem. And from that time, I just blitz and really small pieces.
Yes.
And they eat.
Yeah.
And all of the time they say, "Oh, it's nice food. They eating everything," or even tomato. I just blitz a bit.
Yeah.
And it's just. I add it to food, and none of them knows that is, and doesn't affect anything in nutrition.
Yes.
It's just the shape is not there. It's just the shape is, you know, is really small pieces.
Yes.
Cutting that much small. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's quite interesting. Like as a child, or even in my childhood, when I see the green stuff, I always pick it out.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. So still having veggies in the food, but in different like texture or concept, which is raising the interest of the children in eating.
Yeah, exactly. Even sometimes I use pumpkin or carrot because it has sweetness. Yeah. And make the taste is really nice. If I put pumpkin, the actual, you know, just cutting up, chopping and leave it there, they don't eat it. But as soon as I blitz it, the taste is nicer because of that sweetness. Yes. They love that food. Why not?
Yeah. One of the things of limited in the childcare setting, like we don't serve actual sugar to them.
Yeah, but exactly.
The children love the sweetness.
Yeah.
Even us, we love the sweetness.
Of course, yeah.
So having the sweetness like naturally come from vegetable, come from pumpkin, something like that, which is very nice to hear and very nutritious. Yeah. And it tastes amazing.
Yeah, of course, yeah. I try to even morning tea and afternoon tea, even using the fresh vegetables sometimes. I have, you know, that I have veggie platter, always fresh broccoli, fresh green beans, fresh carrot, boil for them and shape it really nice to try to encourage them to have vegetable as well. And sometimes even I'm making some slice, some cake, no sugar at all. I'm adding like carrot as a sweetness or sultana or apricot or something like this to make it sweet. Not that much sweet, but a bit pleasant flavor. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, it's just work it out. It's just really challenging for me when I started, because I was working in aged care, and in aged care we had this challenge of losing weight for old people because they're getting old, they're losing weight, they don't eat that much. They become like a baby. Yeah. They don't eat that much. And they use a lot of cream, a lot of butter, a lot of sugar to keep them up, you know. But here is completely opposite side. You know, don't use cut. I don't have any butter in the kitchen. I don't use that much oil at all, which is lovely.
Yeah.
Even in aged care, I never ever eat the food because I know that it has a lot of cream or butter or sugar.
Very
oily, or or something like that. But still, food is nice.
Yes.
But it has butter instead of, you know, we using Nutelax. They're using butter or cream, full cream.
It's actually good for the old people, but in our age, it's not very
exactly.
Exactly.
It's not good. But in here, I love it. I always try my food to what's the taste, you know, in there. I didn't put it in my mouth. I will go, you know, but I'm always concerned about my weight. It's just amazing in childcare is really family and educators and me as well. We concern what they eating and should be healthy.
Yes.
Still eating clean and, you know, with good flavor.
Yes.
Yeah.
Flavor plays the more important thing in the food in here, as well as texture and the look. So it's really hard to get a child to eat the food if it doesn't have that three factor. Like firstly, texture. They're gonna look before they taste. Secondly, the smell. And thirdly, the taste. So if it look nice, they're gonna try to smell that. Or if it smell nice, they're gonna try to look that. And if both of them factor as correct, like appropriate to their standard, they're gonna have a taste. And if the taste nice, all the containers are gone.
I know. Honestly, I always think about, do I myself like to eat that food or no?
Yes.
Is it look nice or no? From, you know, from my heart. Even, can I serve it for my family, for, you know, for friend? No. Or yes. I should add something. I should do something. It should be colorful. I try to always have colorful, have a greenish stuff, red, you know, it's just look nice.
Yes.
And even as a garnish, if you see, sometimes I put parsley, chopped parsley.
Yes, that looks amazing.
It's just, they don't like the actual parsley in there, but I just cut it up and, you know, cut it in small pieces, and they, as soon as they mix it, the flavor is nice and they will eat it.
Yes.
It should be, honestly, as a human, I'm thinking this food should look nice.
Yes.
And smell. And in here, in childcare, we don't use that much salt because it's not really good for kids, too much salt as well. And I try to make the nice food with the flavor, with spices, different spices. And you know, every time everyone passing from the kitchen, oh, Sahar smells so good because of the spices. I don't use that much. Maybe, honestly, if I want to tell you, maybe for 86 kids, I just put one little spoon of salt in our food.
Yes.
Just teaspoon, even not tablespoon,
Yeah.
teaspoon. Rest of that is just spice and vegetable and all other stuff, ingredient that I put.
Yeah, so I think using spice is very good practice because that's where the flavor comes from, and naturally. Salt and sugar, they actually natural flavor as well, but because the amount of salt, like the solid one, is too much. So if we put a lot, so our body gonna absorb a lot of them, which is not that good comparing to the spices.
Exactly.
So thank you.